down 1 and 2 right now with someone like Cloud9 potentially coming back through that group with some of the games we've seen so far, with the fact that it's only going to get more intense and more pressure put on. So this is still an extremely important game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm actually a little bit worried for Outsiders with his overpass pick. This is the one that gave him so much difficulty against IHC yesterday. That game was like 11-11, 12-12 at one point, if I remember correctly as well. And this has historically not been a great map for Outsiders. I know Maui Snake watching is probably going to be like, why the hell did they pick this map as well? He had some musings on Twitter about it last evening. So I would say there's a huge advantage in this game for Vitality, especially considering this simply just isn't the Outsiders team that we expected to show up at this event, or at least for me. So let's see how it goes. Slow-paced, as we know from Outsiders to start the pistol round. Still very far back.
I think with this style of play, I don't think anyone's super shocked, perhaps, that best of ones aren't going to favor a team like Outsiders. When we get to best of threes, I don't think anyone's really going to doubt what they're capable of, and the fact that they're a team that should be getting through in this portion of the event. No question about that.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a team that you'd put as like a, you know, if you don't have them in your top 8, certainly a fringe team to be able to challenge for one of those playoff spots. Very quiet. Walking across the map, 45 seconds remaining, no real contact being made whatsoever, and Dupree's going to say, all right, well, if we're just going to chill and play this game, I'm going to find some information. Now, it's a little bit late in the day because Outsiders starting to pull the trigger on the B execute.
Starting to. ZywOo gonna work his way back with the dualies, holding, does find Fame, and Flitz add a triple to that. Kicker goes down. They said ZywOo was gonna eat them alive. Good start. Norbert, the only kill back so far onto Spinks, but they now know his position, and they'll converge upon the short tunnel so that he can't even go back toward his own spawn. Apex with the final kill, and it's 1-0 Vitality.
And there's them dualies, baby. We love it. It's taken some time to power them up, as you were really poking me about that for a while there, but now
yeah, they're there.
Now these pros have gotten used to it a little bit. Some strong positions. We saw that powerful fallen ace yesterday with the dualies on Mirage. ZywOo with the triple kill here, shutting down Monster all on his lonesome, not even a support flash. Well done. Dupree getting a little bit of information just at the right moment to be able to perhaps just tell ZywOo, you know, hey, heads up, they're about to come your way. 1-0 and no real investment from Outsiders. A couple P250s picked up. And Spinks is aggressive at top of the stairs as well. Map control for the CT side. Short water control, and Spinks going to be challenged. Takes a dink, but handles things well. Double kill with the SMG and backs off. That allows ZywOo to step up and give him some support.
Good push through from Apex. He'll find one. But ZywOo has to sit back on this. I take it back. He's just going to go straight out, kicker it out, so no one dropping down so far. And the efficiency stays in the fact that there's only been 1 kill by Norbert in this entire game so far for Outsiders, so they'll be able to build up the economy significantly.
I think the interview with Apex is pretty telling, talking about the rough loss to GamerLegion yesterday, where he's just kind of like, look, there's no red flags in terms of our game. That was, you know, we came into that map and that played some awful Counter-Strike. Yep. We had the conversation. We got it over. And I mean, seems like mentally he feels very comfortable moving forward, that this team is going to have the right focus and the right start to these games. So I don't think there's any kind of advantage of Vitality opening this map up flat.
Deep nade, Fame. He'll sit back on it. Flit, meanwhile. Just trying to get some positioning to work with right now. Spinks still holding. Ooh. Nice shot by Norbert. That's Dupree going down. That's through the wall as well.
Yeah, that was convincing. There wasn't even any like warning spam damage. It was just straight to the dome. However, there is a nice long setup. Spinks close up with an SMG at the rock. ZywOo to grab first contact with that M4, but that's only if someone turns the corner, which might not happen. With a 5-on-4, a man advantage for Outsiders, they're going to remain slow.
Fame just trying to get into position again slowly. After taking that opening pick, they want to get the map control to work with. James going to go back around. We know this is a slow team.
Yeah.
Cloud9, Outsiders, both this very slow style, and especially when they get an opening pick, they're more comfortable to sit back.
I think Vitality as well, obviously, is going to know that very well. Look at the utility they're holding on to. They just deploy a Molotov. There's still two smokes and an extra Molotov remaining to chuck it out a little bit late in the day to try and slow down these hits, these late round hits. And ooh, nice shot from Flit.
Apex drops in. Gonna try and make up for this. They've already lost 2. He's got the shots off. They know where he is now. Easy wraparound kicker comes from the top. It's Norbert that's gonna take down ZywOo as well. And Flit will turn backwards to make sure that the flank is covered, and that is exactly where Spinks is, but he most likely will look for exit kills at this point in time with the the MP9.
MP9. That'd be a cool MAC 10 skin, though. I think one thing to keep our eye on, we saw it in the pistol round, we saw it in this round as well. At a certain point in the round, we've now seen 2 of those pushes, first from Dupree, this round it was from Spinks out towards Long. Like maybe like around the 50-second mark, that's where they're choosing to find that late round information is pushing Long, at least in these opening 3 rounds. They've done it twice. So we'll keep our eye and see if that's a trend that maybe Vitality has caught on to. Zonic saying, hey, if we don't have information, we know they're slow paced. If things are still quiet, right around this timing, frequently there's going to be a gap there for us to find intel of where the team is heading to. So just keep your eye on the mini-map for when Vitality decide to make those information plays. 2-1 heading into round number 4. That's a solid win for Outsiders, but ZywOo's got the AWP in hand now.
Kickert's gonna push himself back through water again. Apex still just holding on top of the site, fires back. Remember,
yeah,
doesn't want to be in that same position and give himself up like last round.
Yeah, Dupree's like, careful, bro. That's what I was doing when I got my head ripped off. Early flashbang, early challenge, but the AWP is here as well. Good shot from ZywOo, needs another. He's gonna do it, trading off of the double kill from Kickert. Into a 3-on-3 we go, and ZywOo's gonna slide into a new position, a new angle. But the bomb is still way, way far back towards T-spawn, and there's a stockpile of utility as well available for Jame.
Flit's gonna work his position again toward the short tunnel, but look at Norbert. He's just gonna walk straight in on this and give himself a chance to try and open the site up indirectly, and it's called out. Apex actually slides back up, so patient, but a little bit too slow. It's gonna give one back to Vitality. ZywOo searching for a shot inside of the smoke, but it, with 55 seconds left, is not looking ideal for Outsiders. They are going to give this one a go. Flit's going to head his way in toward the site, so they aren't backing off just yet. These AKs can still be certainly powerful in this situation, and more so with Apex now swapping over to the AWP because he's on 23 HP. Not a ton to work with. ZywOo therefore on the rifle. We don't see it often, but it's going to pay off this time. Headshot onto Flit. He'll get tagged to 19, but James going to try and track him down. The problem is the rotation's coming in, and ZywOo just buying himself some time and space. Whoa, he nearly got a chance to get both, did James, but they'll jump in and pursue the plant now. It'll concede, but they'll get the shot immediately after. Spink's the one to do so, and there's Apex again.
Yeah, getting hyped up, bringing some energy. That's really well done from Vitality. And I mean, those late rounds are where it gets so annoying to play against a team like Outsiders. I mean, you could see ZywOo, he's kind of holding that off angle, checking different angles, waiting for contact. And when they just walk right into it, I mean, you can get easily caught off guard. Now, I think, nope, never mind. Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's going to be a tech pause because I think one of the players actually dropped. They tried to call a stoppage, but damage had already been done. That was a Vitality player who experienced the tech issue, and they win the round anyways. So no harm, no foul. 3-1.
I've got a tech issue too, Jason. My computer keeps dropping Counter-Strike on me.
Oh, man.
Just kicking me out of the game.
That sucks.
I didn't think I was that bad. Like, come on, Valve.
It's okay. We'll get you into it eventually, one day, maybe.
Nah, it's... Wait, into what?
Counter-Strike.
I'm into it.
I mean the
oh, the
actual,
server.
Yeah, the game itself.
I was like, what are you trying to say, Jason? Don't insinuate anything in front of these people.
I know. Don't throw me under the bus like that, man.
Yeah, man. Wow. That one could have hurt.
Well, 3-1, early going.
Again.
Not a whole lot to really talk about quite yet in this game. Good recovery from Vitality after dropping round number 3. Vitality's got plenty of money to scrape together a buy if they want to go for it. It's kind of up and down. Kickert's got 4,700, James 6,100. Other players are right around 2,700 themselves. So it'll be an interesting decision for Vitality to make once this tech pause is resumed. It's raining today in Brazil, Matt.
It is, yeah. I mean, it tends to rain here quite a bit based on humidity. It poured yesterday. Absolutely dumped down. But yeah, today as well. Not quite as... I don't know, furious out there with the weather, but definitely is a wet one.
Well, good news.
It's all of the Brazilian fans' tears after yesterday.
Yeah, it actually might be. That's a good point. It might just be, yeah, the tears, as you said. I got nothing to add to that. Tech pause is undone. That was the good news I was going to give you guys. 3-1. 2-round lead for Vitality, and they do indeed scrape together a buy Outsiders. AWP in the hands of Jame. Galil, AK-47, and ZywOo's. This is the second time we've seen him looking for that quad boost.
James just waiting for a chance to fire through. He'll hold the angle, make sure no one pushes down the stairs as Flit walks up and gets closer to water. That's where Kickert's already in position as well, so he'll be listening for sound cues on this.
Now, rounds like this sometimes are where I get a little bit, sometimes personally frustrated with Jame with the AWP, because you have a team, you have two Tech 9s, you have a Galil as well. This is where you kind of, in some situations, want your Opper to be a little bit more aggressive and start to try and create things, and Jame sometimes just isn't that style of Opper.
So the three-man position at B.
That was flash.
Yeah, that was an atrocious flash, really. Like, you couldn't get much worse. Not only did it not go through the tunnel, it bounced back and blinded his teammate.
It's all right. The idea was there. It's the thought that counts.
Well, with 50 seconds left, it's not like they were going to go anyway. This is Outsiders we're talking about.
True. Oh, they're just going to wander in without the flashbang. And I don't know if Vitality's going to be ready for the Zywoo's way out in the open. Oh, that's a huge miscommunication. A huge error. A huge error on the defense, and that's going to lead to a round loss. That's way too easy.
That was insane. Just walk in straight contact play.
Yeah, Zywoo must have thought that one of his teammates had a different angle towards Monster, because he wasn't even considering it with the op. He was way exposed.
So AK to be held onto by Spinks. Apex will try and save the M4, and
Unforced error.
yeah, it's going to go 3-2. Outsiders coming straight back into this one, not letting Vitality get a lead, get any momentum at all. And I mean, I say, yeah, okay, the best of threes is where these guys will shine, both of these teams respectively, but Outsiders, man, they put Vitality down on a 1 and 2 position. That's going to be very uncomfortable territory for them.
Yeah, that'd be so weird. That'd be so weird, because I think, you know, someone like Vitality is kind of, I think, was probably mentally most people's lock to make it through in this. One of the teams that you just say, yeah, they maybe there's a couple hiccups, maybe there's a couple tough games, but they're definitely making it through. You put them at 1 and 2, anything's possible from there.
I'm betting there's someone out there that put GamerLegion at 3-0 in their pick'ems.
Yeah, probably.
Because it's like you don't want to put a team that is going to go through but could potentially falter, so you don't want to lose the Vitality pick. You know how the strategy works.
I can't even remember what I did in my pick'ems, but I know I had a mental battle, mental anguish over picking or not picking GamerLegion. Yeah, this is so weird. I don't know what kind of miscommunication that was, but it's massive, and that's painful because the money was gone. There was nothing built up for Vitality after that earlier loss, so they've got to play with 3 pistols. Op is out of the hands of Zywoo. He's got a Deagle. Same with Majus, Dupree with the 5.7, but just the 2 rifles to work with. Vitality's going to try and recover a very difficult round. Now these two teams are going to have intimate knowledge of their play styles. These two teams played in the playoffs of ESL Pro League just a few weeks back. They had that that interesting game on Dust 2 where the saving meta was out in full force.
Oh my goodness, yes. That
was painful.
On both sides. Yeah, it gets to be, you know, a long drawn out affair in those situations. But yeah, obviously Vitality came out on top of that one as they went on to win the league. The most recent and current champions of ESL Pro League, season 16.
Now we haven't had this kind of slow playstyle hit any of the issues of running out of time in a round the way that we often see.
Not yet.
But Overpass is a map that can very easily happen because it's just so big.
Oh, we've seen NaVi fall to that as well. We saw that at Pro League from their perspective on Overpass.
So Zywoo with the Deagle is close up at Divider. Spinks is going to be at the end of Bathrooms towards the A bomb site. Apex with the other rifle has just shifted over towards Dice. That leaves Magisk alone for the moment at the B bomb site. That's where most of the bodies are heading, and Vitality saying, okay, 20 seconds, we haven't heard anything. Everyone's shifting over now. The window is closing for Outsiders.
Magisk holding it. He's going to go back out. Can't do anything with the Deagle. It's Flit instead. And we put him down, and he's not done there. He's going to find Apex immediately after as well. Norbert goes hunting. He's going to get the shot onto Dupree. That was with the assist of a flash from Jame, but it's Zywoo. Okay, hang on. Making this somewhat interesting because he has the Deagle. He's found 2 kills. Spink still has a chance to get back into this round as well as he has the AK, but he's a bit far removed from the equation, and in fact, he's heading down long, so this one's going to be another save, and it's going to be a tie game, so Outsiders.
Yeah.
B-site just over and over again, and it's not like there isn't the right amount of numbers there from Vitality. They're just getting picked apart.
Yeah, I mean, you got to say those are great entries from Flit. That double kill that he gets is absolutely spectacular. Immediate kills. So really, really well played from him. It's going to be all tied up at 3, and Vitality should just have to sit back with unarmored pistols, I think, in this next round. Everyone's fully bought into this. They only have a 1-round losing bonus at the moment, so they're going to get 1,900. Most players sitting around 2,000 to 2,300, so I think it should just be the sole AK-47. I don't even think you can really invest too much, maybe some P250s, but you're not buying Deagle armor or anything like that. So Vitality with some early pressure applied to him. Nicely done from Outsiders. And you're right, a lot of it is, the emphasis, a lot of it has been on the B bomb site. So we'll see if, I mean, if Outsiders can build off that, if James can say, oh look, we're establishing success with the B bomb site, we've cracked in a number of times, then you can really start working the map.
Absolutely. I mean, you get the defense a little bit worried, maybe.
Well, especially with the slow style, right? Because Vitality in some of these rounds is really not having a whole lot of information.
Well, well, look how fast they're going now. They've already opened up B a million times, so in comes Flit. He knows there's going to be one up close, so he finds that as well. He knows they're up against pistols. Good read of the economy. The only gun is Spinks, so they just have to be aware of his position. He's actually being quite clever to go down through lower here because they don't expect him to be here this quickly, so if they go hunting, he might catch one or two off. But again, this looks like another concise round. You're right, you can change the pace and go quickly to find them out, but the problem is, even if Vitality right now wants to go aggressive to try and take map control, when you're playing against a passive team, you expect almost like counter crossfires, right? You expect that they're holding an angle waiting for that as the response. So it is interesting how the slow play really allows you to change multiple facets of the game.
And I think it's a cool round to change the pace as well. You probably have a great feel for how shattered the economy is, how broken it is based off the Deagles and the armor in the previous round. So, I mean, a good call. You know you're not going to be contending against any early Molotovs or any real number of, counter flashes or anything like that. So Outsiders just taking huge advantage of the situation. And they take a lead. Going into round number 8, it's ZywOo with 11 kills. Next up is Spinks, 4 frags. I said this wasn't going to be a day that Vitality came in flat, but Magisk and Dupree have a combined 2 kills. 1 apiece.
So the lead finally to Outsiders, being somewhat relentless in this game to try and get it. Kicker with a quick speculative spam toward the monster tunnel and the smoke. Mage's just waiting as well on the offside of the site. That monster, big off angle, not playing on the grill, just letting them walk in, has a bit of motion and mobility, looking even counter flash at this situation. He was completely blinded by that one, I think, so they actually smoked him to give him a bit more safety.
And Outsiders just now going to start moving across the map. They've just reconvened towards Playground, towards Fountain, Fame, Norbert, and James. Kickert bringing up the rear. Flit is going to be guarding Blue Door, looking for that center of the map, and he'll be able to pinch as his teammates get more aggressive. But Vitality happy and content to play deep inside the bomb site. Spinks and ZywOo all the way back in A.
James going to bring that op up with his teammates, so finally going to be an A take. Haven't seen much action on this side of the map, which is rare this far into a half. Usually it's a pretty even divide. Certainly I would say B is the favorite on this map, but it's pretty even that we see action, at least for fakes. This will be the first time we even see the platform of the A side of the map other than in freeze time. ZywOo waiting with Spinks, trying to come out and use the M4 to his advantage, but no one working through the smoke just yet, so they've set the attack, but they haven't committed to it. Norbert finally going to go down as he actually gets Apex. ZywOo responds into him, and now Dupree arrives. This is pretty straightforward, although Kickert makes it somewhat costly because another kill would bring this to a 2-on-2. ZywOo won't allow it. James will get one, but he's got to save and back off. Time is out, and now we do see that effect, Jason, of just what can happen when Outsiders take too much time in the round.
Yeah, there's that, and I think the other side, too, is you see the game plan from Vitality holding onto that utility, as we've seen a number of times. I mean, especially, as you mentioned, with Outsiders waiting till 20 seconds to really pull the trigger on that hit. ZywOo's putting out a defensive smoke, rotating players are throwing support flashbangs, and every step of the way, this gets stalled out. ZywOo with that kill here, but all the flashbangs after that, they couldn't even get up the steps. So that time it works perfectly for Vitality, and now they get even more utility to play with. And if Outsiders catch on to that, I think that's when we'll start seeing more pace changes, more fast-paced rounds in the gun rounds themselves. Hopefully.
Hopefully. So 4-4. Close as you'd like between these two teams. I mean, yeah, sure, the playstyle is one thing, and Vitality missing a few opportunities maybe early on, especially with a bit of a weak defense from Monster side of things, but two top teams going at it. Vitality I kind of have in my top 4 right now. In terms of just this event, I know there's different ratings on HLTV. I know that NaVi is currently way down in 4th. I don't, look, there's a bit of a recency thing that goes on there in the HLTV ratings, but currently at this event, I have Vitality top 4. And Outsiders would probably be 5th, 6th for me.
Okay. All right, so right there with
I think
them.
Liquid's like number 2 right now on HLTV, and I don't fully agree with that.
I think they've dropped down to like 4. But I think
Okay, so was it reset again? Okay.
Something like that. Ish. Give or take.
So ZywOo waiting this time up close with the MP9, trying to farm up some cash potentially, get back into it.
Yeah, and this time a little bit closer as well. Still, look at all the nades that are held on to. Look at all the nades that have been saved. There's a flashbang. They're like, all right, we'll peek. We'll take this. Jame caught out in the open. Easy kill for ZywOo, and he's able to back off as well. That's a catastrophe for Outsiders. This long play has to work.
Well, and look how aggressive he can still be. They know he's the one with the gun. Oh, he's got to pull that, though. He's got to help Spinx in that situation, try and take some aggro. ZywOo's trying to build up cash in this. Again, the 1 kill's lovely, but now dupreeh has to come back in with a rifle and support. dupreeh's low. He's very low, 8 HP. And ZywOo doesn't go on top of this. You're right, though. He's looking at it. He's realized the time is gone. He can go down. It doesn't matter. Flit with the kill. 56 HP. No chance he's going to plant the bomb, and he will fall to Apex, I think, just before the time ran out. So he should be fine on that account.
And again, a brilliant late-round support flash to allow dupreeh and ZywOo to really pounce in that situation and have another kill that slows things down. So, yeah, it's stressful, but the game plan is working for Vitality at the moment.
I'm just so impressed that the MP9 stays the defensive player in that, and the 2 rifles go aggressive. dupreeh's like 8 HP. He's like, yeah, I'll go for this. I'll pop out and take the fight. But you're absolutely right. ZywOo played that perfectly with the time. So Outsiders calling their first timeout. First time out of the game from either team, in fact. So we'll see if they can get something rolling with it.
Yeah, I think this is where Outsiders has to talk about what they've seen is not a whole lot of resistance out towards the front of bathroom, out towards the top upstairs, and out downstairs at blue door. The resistance is actually at the bomb site where all the utility is being held onto, so Vitality's just like, man, play your style. Play that slow pace. Take the 20, 30 seconds to clear out bathrooms meticulously, your 30 seconds to walk all the way up quietly. We're more than happy to let you have that at that slow pace, and we're just going to beat you with utility later on. Except for this round, they decided to get aggressive. So the pace change comes out on the CT side.
Yeah, well, this is what I was waiting for. But also the issue that I was saying is, if you want to get aggressive against a passive team, you're either going to walk into a crossfire and someone waiting for you, or they're going to do it this way and stack up a side of the map. And look, Outsiders knows they haven't done that yet. Let's shake map control for free again.
Yeah, and this is early in the round. Whoa, there it is, baby. ZywOo goes down.
Yeah.
And he was the only player that had shifted over to the A bomb site quite yet, so that might make Vitality a little bit nervous.
He did spot 2, though, so they are going to rotate some defense back. But look at this. Flit, the shadow. They know he's there. They saw it. Magisk isn't going to be surprised by this. Tries to bait him back with some shots and let dupreeh then take a closer angle, but Flit is on it.
I think dupreeh wants that one back. I think he wants that decision back. I think he's going to be really upset he took that aggressive of a stance, especially dropping off the box and making the noise.
This round, as well as the one where Flit walked in straight from Monster, I think it was round 3 or 4. He's looking solid on these entries right now. And Spinx, you're right, they force this rotation. They go back to cover off ZywOo's death, and all of a sudden, boom, it's back to B, and they can do nothing to hold it off. Apex is even toward the window in this. He'll throw a nade in, but it's not the low HP player that's planting, so it doesn't really matter. And this one's over as well. Outsiders going to tie it straight back on 5. Did they look really, really composed on the way they're playing this map right now?
Yeah, they really do. This is a nice T-side Outsiders is putting together. It's going to be tied up at 5. Money not pretty at all for Vitality. And yeah, that B bomb site is a real weakness at this point. And the problem is now, the A defense has stopped them twice late in the round, but the B defense is just getting run over. So if you're Outsiders, you're like, all right, baby, let's just keep rinsing and repeating. And that's a 4-on-5 conversion for Outsiders as well.
Yeah, good point, pulling this back. This was pretty quick. I mean, we are seeing 2 of the quickest hoppers going at it right now. Yeah, man, dupreeh. They saw his shadow. They could have been a little more patient with that potentially.
Well, that's why I think dupreeh wants it back, because Apex had that angle and fired off the shots and knew it was coming and actually forced back that little piece of aggression, but then dupreeh makes the sound cue. Aggression again towards water. Fame caught the tunnel, still gonna win.
Norbert's in. Caught in the tunnel, but he knows what that means. He gets Monster, a huge miss on that. Couldn't track his opponent at all. MP9 instead to win it out, but they won't make that mistake twice. Apex dropped by Fame. ZywOo, we've seen him get 2 kills here from the Deagle already in this game.
Oh, this is a sick boost, and the bomb's out in the open. Oh, the sound cue.
Yeah, I think they made way too much noise on that. Oh, and here comes Jame. This is going to be hugely problematic. They aren't in position for it. Oh, they look back, but just finds Jame. He is lagged, but it doesn't matter. The op's gone. Now the flank can be a huge issue for them. They've got the information. They'll plant safe inside of the wood as a result, but Kickert's going to go aggressive toward Monster and play a swing position. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to go straight through this.
They're going to try and wrap around towards sandbags. I like this play. You knew there were 2 players. You heard the sound cue for the missed boost. Spinks, that's a big kill to get. Fame left in a 1v3.
Inside sight, knows 2 of them are behind, but there has to be someone that's coming from CT, surely, and that's why he's trying to hold the angle he is. Gets the first, now he can play the pit. This will make the angle a much more difficult situation to find. He finds the second. ZywOo does peek on the back of it. He had to be on that side. This is close.
I think he's, I'm assuming
someone's got the music.
Someone's got the music, yeah.
Absolutely. I think he's got it in time.
Ooh.
I think he's going to be just barely getting this defused, but he will. So no mistake on it. 6-5 for Vitality.
Yeah, but that's a close one. Nice attempt at the 1v3 for Fame. Now it's not too shabby at all. But a good round from Vitality and a low economy round. That's a huge win to get and recover. And you can see Zonic talking, so let's just assume there's going to be a timeout called from Vitality. Was Fame on for the ace? I think he was.
I'm trying to look back at that one inside of...
He got the 2 entries, and then he had the 1v3 where he gets 2 kills. So yeah, he was on for an ace clutch there.
Yep.
Close, but no cigar.
No, not at all. He's again, it's this B-side monster that I'm a bit concerned with right now from Vitality. And you've got Zonic, you've got Dupree and Magisk. Remember, you go back to the Astralis days, this was one of their strongest maps, and specifically B. Now, mind you, a lot of that was Zipix. I will say he was very good at the B side of the map.
Yeah, I think also, I mean, remember too, I think it's Dupree and was it Magisk or was it Apex that started out really slow with 1 kill apiece. So I mean, those 2, especially Dupree as a B defender, having a rough game is gonna, or having a rough start to the game, I should say, is gonna make things a little bit softened up there. And I think maybe if you're really concerned about that from Vitality, there might be a round coming up where you rotate ZywOo there with the AWP just to put a stop to things, just to show some presence and show you're willing to put your star opper in that position. ZywOo's in hard carry mode, 16 kills, 9 frags up on the next closest player on Vitality.
I mean, they said he was going to eat them alive. The problem is he's the only one that's eating anything right now.
Yeah, he got his food before everyone else.
Yeah.
He's having a good time with it.
Got a little Brazilian barbecue. That was yesterday on the stage.
Yeah, that was yesterday on the stage. A brutal day for the Brazilian fans. Some cool games for the Brazilian teams, though, today.
ZywOo again, though. This time he'll get revenge on Jame for the shot above the van. He didn't hit him there, actually. ZywOo gets pushed back on that. He takes damage, and he's made noise. He can't get away. He can't escape, and they're both going to go down. Fame and Norbert with the kills at range. And Flit's going to take that AWP. Thank you very much.
What a wild dink from the P250 challenging ZywOo's op. Okay, this is a cool flank from me. Oh, he just made 1 footstep too many. Fame on full alert.
Man, the patience from outsiders to catch out noise cues. This is another benefit of their slow style, and you're right, Fame was up to the task on that. 11 kills now for him.
He's having a game.
3 in this round. So you go back, you get a quad. 3, he's got 7 kills in the last, what, 2 rounds?
Yeah, that's and you add in some of the entries from Flit earlier in this half, and I mean, you could see that some of the players from outsiders are just doing phenomenal work. Man, Vitality's having a tough time of it. I don't know. I didn't really expect this with Overpass being the map pick. Now, time is going to be just fine. They do get the bomb planted at the correct moment. It was getting a little sketchy, and Dupree finds 1. Low on HP, and Norbert's going to take him out with the AWP, and that's going to be passed over to Jame for the next round. And now money is pretty much gone for Vitality.
Yeah.
They're having a lot of economic issues, as well as B-bomb site defense issues.
CT side not stringing a number of rounds together. That's not really that surprising, I suppose. But yeah, it's going to catch up with you eventually. And Apex, I think, aware of it, is going to chat things over right now. Yeah, you're not wrong. That P250 dink, suddenly ZywOo's world was completely rattled.
Yeah,
he wasn't sure if he could retreat, go forward. He calls his teammate out, and boom, they're on top of them because they came out of short side of bathrooms.
You get dinked like that at that kind of a range, and you know that Outsiders is going to continue to be aggressive to try and pick you out from the fallbacks. You could see ZywOo, he wanted to run away, but then he said, you know what, I don't have time. If someone jumps up, I'm going to get caught out in the open, and just, man, he just eats a flashbang as well. Apex couldn't support him in any meaningful way. Rough go of it for Vitality, and they fully invest into this round. There's a great chance for Outsiders to take complete control of this map at the end of the half. I don't think we'll see ZywOo with an AWP again in this game unless they're able to take it off James, prying out of his cold, dead hands.
Norbert. Look at Kickert again. just walking in Monster. It's just too passive. They might get away with the secondary follow-up. Good shot from Apex because he was a bit too slow to find Magisk. But now ZywOo's going to try and get aggressive toward A, knowing that this likely means they're going to head this side of the map, and Deagle in hand for him.
I was maybe a bit optimistic. I think some of that sloppiness that Apex mentioned in their GamerLegion game is showing up here against Outsiders as well. Good kill from ZywOo. He needs more, but he's traded off, and then Fame goes to work. He's come alive in the latter stages of this half.
Yep, third straight multi-kill round for him. Straight in it long, and bomb planted, safe side of the box, knowing that a flank is likely, and they don't have anyone back to cover that. Apex walking out of this one, and Outsiders going to take the lead again at 7-6. B250 might as well stick around, see if he can get anything for this, but pretty unlikely, and I don't think they're even going to push through on it. Although the plant position suggests that they think there's someone toward bathrooms, so maybe they will exit this direction. It's possible. Ooh, this is sneaky. He's going to let... he tried the trigger discipline. Fame just turns around and makes no mistake on it. Apex down. So another 3 kills for him in this round. 10 kills in 3 rounds.
Yeah, you can't complain about that, can you? Take that every day of the week. 7-6, and there's no money for Vitality. They got to sit another one back with basically just USPs because they want to have the SMGs, the rifles into the next round. Money's a real problem. They've got to be frustrated on top of everything. Again, just a quiet, no utility walk out of Monster. We saw it earlier, the miscue of ZywOo out in the open as well when he gets picked off at Pillar. I think that was like round 4, round 5 earlier on in the game. Second time that's really punished him here. Papazonic having a chat, saying, all right, boys, time to get focused. This is not the game that we know we can play.
So we've had timeouts on both sides. I mean, you're not wrong, though. If Vitality were... And respectfully in the interview, he said, I mean, nothing to take away from GamerLegion. They obviously played well, but they gave them the opportunity. If that's true, they need to step it up now as well, because they've given a lot away on this CT side, I have to say. Only once have we really seen aggression from them as well, and that was with basically a 5-man start over toward the B site, and that still fell apart. That was the round that James hit ZywOo in the jump shot.
Yeah, they've had a that was a push down blue door to get the opening kill. That was the 4v5 that was converted. There were a couple rounds in the middle stages of this half where they took control of short sewers, but didn't really net them a whole lot at the end of the day. And I think too, when you consider, the money issues they've had throughout this half, I think that's really dissuaded them from being too aggressive. Now, this one here is just out of desperation of saying, we only have the 1 AK, we don't have any armor, we have no armor on some of these pistols, so we have to find a way to kind of find an advantage somewhere. But Outsiders, again, sensing the weakened economy, is being much faster paced.
But you say faster paced, they're still just walking in everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, no utility. They just have the confidence. Yeah, look, oh, look, we're on the site. You didn't know we were here? We didn't throw anything and warn you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's insane. They're just taking map control.
Yeah, a frustrating style, a tough and confusing style to play against. Really discombobulating. Yeah.
And Vitality in a herd, a stampede back toward T-spawn. Will concede this one. Don't want to give anything away, even though they don't have much other than the AK, but they'll play protection. It's almost like AS Oil Rig, Jason, except the VIP has the AK and armor.
And the defenders have the pistols. Well then. 8-6, and a chance for that to build even more. Again, ZywOo's not going to have the AWP in this next round. The losing bonus isn't quite there to afford it, which is a huge benefit for Outsiders. It's been a very calm, chill game.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. That's kind of the whole approach from Outsiders is they seem pretty calm and chill. And it's benefiting them in a lot in this game as well. Because, look, again, he just walks into the site. And not even worried that he's going to get peeked from truck. Not even worried that he's going to get peeked from bank. He just swings it and boom, dead.
Yeah, Fame has got a vibe right now. And he's feeling it. 2-round lead. Final round of the opening half.
ZywOo off the gap in the smoke will fall back inside bathrooms. Crazy to me that he's had 18 kills. And yet this is still the scoreline, 8-6, and he hasn't had the op much, to be honest.
No, a couple rounds here and there. Make it 19 as he finds the opening frag. We'll see if Outsiders can convert another disadvantaged round. It looks like they want to completely back away from any fountain and picnic presence back to the B bomb site, which has been an issue. Kicker clears to the right. Not all the way. Clears grill and grate, so he knows nobody's there as well. So a little bit of information, and now he comes back for more, and this time it's silence again.
Just barrels super, peeks it. Just gets gonna go in the back of that. Kicker's already snuck away. He's got 11 HP. Another one free, back to a 4-on-4. And they just don't have the information toward Monster that they need, but just tries to get aggressive on it to put Jame low. So that's 2 players on red. Bounce nade towards Sandbags. Incendiary there, and this might force them back through the door, but 30 seconds. They don't have the time for it. This has to be a B hit.
Yeah, problem now is it's got to be an execute if they're going to go B. Actually, they're going to come back up the stairs.
I thought they were. They looked like they wipe, but this Spinks is in a perfect position with Jame that low. Dead. Follow up. No, can't get Norbert. So now it's a race because they actually do have a chance. 17 seconds on the clock. ZywOo needs to come straight through the Molotov, and they may have heard that. He might have been close enough, Norbert, to hear the ticket damage. And if they walk right in, it's going to be a nice flash thrown. That's going to give ZywOo 2 more. He now finds himself on 21 with 3 in this round, and this round is over because there's only 3 seconds. And Kicker is far removed from the equation, so they'll bring this back. A 1-round game. Is that what that is?
The little Deathly Hollows tattoo?
Triangle with a circle and a line.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's the Deathly Hollows tattoo.
You're such a nerd about... This is like the 4th time you've brought up like Harry Potter.
Listen, I had a Harry Potter phase in my life. I'm not ashamed to say it.
I had a Romy Green. How do you say
Yeah, sure.
Look, Emma Watson. I just hot. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, go for the easy name.
Yep.
Well, we'll see if Vitality has a really good pistol round underneath their belts here on the T side of Overpass. 4 players out towards long. Jame is going to have first contact when they turn the corner.
Who would name their kid after hemorrhoids anyway, Jason? ZywOo going to walk out toward the site, straight up the wall, gets a little bit closer. Jame, I think, spotted that, though, so he's ready to fight now with the USP. Flashed off, though, and Smoke's covering the take from Bathroom. ZywOo's going to push them all the way back to try and allow this bomb plant. There is one in between them, though. Check the minimap. You've got Magisk battling it out right now with Fame. And if he goes the other direction, yeah, just let him get away. Fame could be a problem in this. They haven't planted yet. They don't know he's here. Suddenly they're surrounded inside of the site, and he's been hot. Kicker's going to get one. Suddenly he pops out. He's got enough damage in that James able to come back into the equation because he was never found from ZywOo. A single player causing problems that was never cleared at the bathrooms. It is still a 2-on-1 in favor of Vitality to take the second pistol as well, however. And James trying to work his way around isn't going to do it. Magisk hits the shot from range. And it's 8-8.
Yeah, Jame never had any idea where that second player was. He was trying to get them. He was trying to pull a peek off of the contact with ZywOo, peeking back, but he didn't ever expect Mages to be falling up long a little bit late. Either way, that's not a bad round from Outsiders, all things considered. That was a 5-on-3 at one point for Vitality, but Outsiders put it in a winnable position for Jame in a 1v2. 8-8, all tied up. Both pistol rounds going to Vitality, which is a huge benefit in the in a best-of-1 map. This has been neck and neck the whole way.
Ooh. Wedge Spinks spotted with that. We saw earlier when they were jumping that Apex was looking straight down on the other side. It is possible. Speaking of Apex. Way in, spot the barrels, but making contact. See, the barrels player peeking. This is exactly what they weren't doing. They were letting the barrels player be the secondary approach, and they would swing and kill the close player. This time, you make contact with barrels, close player surprises you, punched straight in the face, and down goes Apex.
Yeah, I mean, in Vitality's defense for that in the first half, Kicker was getting some pretty quick kills there, too. Although, let's just say, not a setup like that, but also just the miscues on their monster setups as well in the first half were the big problem. Either way, even more bodies here for Outsiders, and Vitality's going to follow this up, it seems, with a monster play, and that could be a disaster.
Stack, through the swing out. Well held from ZywOo. Jame turning, oh, he actually legged Magisk with that no-scope attempt, but Dupree with the final.
Really impressive. I mean, really smart. They didn't try and force the issue and actually push out of Monster. They were very patient in saying, let's spring this trap and be prepared for it. We're staying in the tunnel. There's a little bit of an element of danger to it, but we're going to be ready for these follow-up fights. And unfortunately, that was the one flashbang Outsiders had. If there was a second one for that situation, maybe it could have turned a little bit differently, but nicely done from Vitality to not drop the second round. 9-8. And ZywOo's at 23. The only player in double digits on Vitality.
Need the door out so they can spot through if they go for a boost. Yeah, if anyone else showed up right now, it would be a problem for Outsiders, you'd think, with the amount of damage that ZywOo is doing.
Yeah, you'd think so. And you could probably levy some criticism individually at Vitality for ZywOo having to hard carry like this. But at the same time, you know, it's one of the great benefits for this team that makes them such a strong and dangerous team is they just have the luxury of having one of those players who can do this. Not many in the scene these days who can just single-handedly carry.
Yeah, Liquid has NAF, obviously. FaZe has Twists.
Sure. And those are the only two.
Yep, that's it. Complexity has Fang.
True.
EG has Hexed.
Yep.
So there you go. No biases here. Ooh, shot out ZywOo couldn't land. Nearly clipped his teammate who jumped across after that shot. Nice nade from Magist. That goes all the way in to find Flit inside of the site.
That's the second to last piece of utility that Outsiders have to play with. One single smoke left on Jame for the A bomb site, but once this smoke clears at Monster, Vitality's gonna have access.
Timing on that. Walked up, didn't even shoulder or head peek. Gives Kickback the information. That enables them to get two more off of it. Nearly a lineup. But Jame doesn't hit either, and that gives ZywOo a chance to find another. He's jumped over top of Jame as well. He had no idea. No scope from ZywOo. His third no scope so far in this event. He has been absolutely sharp with the weapon. And it's Fame that's been locked out by a Molotov and may have to run away from this one. Concede now a 10th round to Vitality, who have a 2-round lead to start out this half.
I can't believe ZywOo didn't even just take the time to scope. Like, why would you even go for the no scope there? But whatever, it works. 25 kills now on ZywOo, and it's going to be a 10th round for Vitality. Really well done from them, finding a weakness at the B bomb site themselves.
Yeah, they've definitely exploited something to start this off.
Speaking of Hexed and an EG, they are playing on the main stream, I mean dual streams throughout this week as we have 2 games going on simultaneously. EG taking on 9Z in front of 9Z's home crowd here in Brazil. That's currently tied up 10-10.
Yeah, in South America, just to be clear, obviously the single Brazilian on the team, but yes, it is their home. They're definitely gonna have the crowd behind them more so than EG.
Sure.
I was just noting at the end of that Spink selected to throw away the AK in favor of the M4, which we have seen, and Vitality seems to do it the most. We see it because obviously it's a bit of a laser beam, and CT side often doesn't buy head armor anyway going against the AKs, so it can be hugely beneficial when carried over into their hands.
Helpful for smoke spams as well. A lot of benefits to the M4. You know, I never thought we'd see a day in Counter-Strike where the AK-47 was overcome.
Well, I think if you're a CT, you still want the AK for the potential of the headshots, because they themselves will have armor knowing that they're normally going against M4s.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird dynamic in that way.
It's the complete opposite, right? It's
kind of cool, though.
When I was a kid, I used to drop the AK for the M4, but that was just because I was terrible.
Yeah. M4 had an easier spray pattern back in those days.
Yeah, yeah.
10-8, 2-round lead. And Outsiders have to fall back to a small investment. 5-7s, a little bit of armor, a little bit of utility, just that one saved M4 on Fame, who's been excellent.
Fame, a couple of shots, though. He knows now he could be under threat, under siege from the left side. That is where Vitality is gone. They start to work their way past the bathroom entrance at Long. Clear that with both Dupree and Apex as ZywOo holds bomb in the hands of ZywOo as well. Apex is very slow to take this position. I mean, it's crazy.
Ooh.
I don't know if finds the other first. There's 2 here from either side. So who reads the trades? Right, Dupree. He does know the secondary peek's coming in, but he's running out of ammo. He's got to swap over to his teammate's AK, and he'll back off instead. Does not need to overextend in this situation, and now he has Magist, but so too has Norbert arrived. So they're just filling in the gaps of corpses at this point to try and win out this fight at Bathrooms.
Also allows Jane to step up and pick up the M4 that was dropped from Fame's hands. So the rifle's still alive. Spinks beats the smoke. Kicker might not expect it. A little bit of damage, but that's a big kill. And that's going to pull Vitality back to the B bomb site. They know they have the advantage here.
So Spinks still holding that position. If they try and compensate and go toward him, it's Magisk that's ready. Oh no! He got sprayed down by James. Dupree walked into it. He just collateraled with an M4, but Spinks will pull one back. It's still a 2-on-2. Time is 15 on the clock. Bomb is down on Catwalk. Spinks has to get toward that. He'll smoke himself into position on this, but
he doesn't know about
so
Flit.
difficult. Exactly, because Flit is able to walk out. He's gone high. Bomb goes down. It's the advantage. It's the round. They'll get the defuse.
Oh, what a huge round from James. A timely triple kill. First the lineup, but also ZywOo goes a little bit quick. That's a tough communication. Maybe it didn't come across from Spinks, but he was saying he threw a flashbang to activate ZywOo to cross into the bomb site, but ZywOo committed before it actually popped. So I don't know if the communication was a little bit late. Maybe ZywOo just didn't kind of quite hear it or understand it or process it quick enough, but man, that's a drop ball for Vitality. They're having a really tough game.
Absolutely, yeah. No question about it.
Second timeout used for Outsiders to talk things over. Ten to 9. Talking things over. Plenty of money for Vitality. Go for another buy, but that one felt like once Spinks gets that kill in Monster, it felt like that was really a phenomenal opening to take control of the bomb site and just continue on their momentum.
So one round again. AWP for Jame, AWP for ZywOo. Incendiary straight through that tree that if they ever put a collision box on would be a problem for everyone who dare throw that.
Yeah, it would be. But you can say that about a lot of things in Counter-Strike.
It's true. Physics.
CS physics.
It's hard to believe, Jason. We're actually 26 days away from getting the new physics in Counter-Strike. Source 2, obviously. And I've heard collisions are actually automated based on graphics. So that won't be an issue.
Perfect. I like that. Gonna be exciting times.
I mean, it puts more emphasis on this major being the last of the original CSGO major.
You damn troll.
Oh, dear.
There's a couple flat performances here from Vitality as well. Mages with 5 kills, Apex only with 9 at the moment. They've really had a tough time getting comfortable and getting going in this game. Outsiders is putting a lot of pressure, and that's part of the charm and part of the frustration of this Outsiders team is they're just so difficult. They will grind you down in terms of your mentality. Spinks playing anti-flash. ZywOo deep with an op is looking to cover any kind of a late peek. And he didn't like that Molotov whatsoever.
Nope, Spinks has to go back. He's gonna go now though. Flash, no peek on it because Kicker's staying in behind the barrels. The second one, that's just gonna slow things down, make it more awkward. Now Kicker can step out. See ZywOo's AWP, he's dropped. But now Apex finally getting the trade, and the smoke on Cat makes it difficult, but Norbert makes no mistake on the gap that he does have. And this will now make it 10 to 9.
Look at the time though. No, the smoke clears. Flit's ready and waiting. There was no way for Dupree to play that any differently. He had to hustle into the bomb site, try and get that plant. Big win for Outsiders because once again, that depletes the economy, especially without that extra 800 bucks for the bomb plant. Vitality got nothing to play with. 3 players at 1900. As you mentioned at the start of the game too, this is a 1-on-1 matchup. One of these teams is going to be going 1-2 and already facing elimination going into series play. And there's a lot of strong teams. Cloud9's going to be down there at 0-2. Shocking fashion for them to be there. But
outrageous.
I mean, despite kind of a weak challenger stage out of them so far, that's not a team you want to play whatsoever.
No, absolutely not. I mean, especially now that they're in best of 3s for the rest of the time.
Yeah, they're going to be much more comfortable.
Yep. You'd expect that they're going to be the last person. Again, top 4 team for me. That's a team that I could have seen easily making semis or even to the finals, depending on how the draw worked out. So, yeah, they're a long way off that now, but let's see if it changes with the best of 3 aspect given to them. 11-11 EG 9Z, by the way. I didn't warn anyone, and I apologize for spoilers. But yeah, that one's close on the stage right now.
Very close.
Same as this one, tie game. Fame looking for one, only gets it. Looks for more than that, obviously, but it was all he was probably best to find considering the amount of men running him down. But just gets the trade on it. He'll sit back with Apex, who now has the Deagle to work with behind both Flames and nades. He realizes that's a smoke, having thought it was a flash and looked away. And Norbert realizes there's someone there that'll allow Flit to walk out. He's only good for one, but Norbert and James will close out the round. And now the lead again late to Outsiders.
Yeah, and unfortunately Vitality could never recover the dropped M4. Couldn't pick up a rifle to help them get into that bomb site, still just the pistols. Round 22. Vitality back into the rifle buys. AK-47s picked up across the board. No money for an AWP. On the other side of things, Outsiders, they're in a very good position late in this. Actually, in the first half as well, they set themselves up very nicely in terms of economic advantage in the last few rounds of the half. They're doing it again here, where they've got at least 2 rounds of buying if they sustain any losses. Can't complain about that.
So Fame force off Flame and back through the bathrooms instead.
Flit got aggressive towards short water. I think he might have been spammed down. He's very low, 10 HP. That's good damage, unconfirmed damage for Spinks, who would have been the spammer, not the spammee.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yep.
Either way, it's filtered to junk mail, Jason. Just looking through door. At the underpass position, Flit on that red HP is going to go back out and maybe try and get some information, bait his teammate in because it's a corner hold for Fame. Flash will catch him. Apex running, knowing that that flash will also obscure anyone's hearing.
I'm sorry.
Sick.
There's a lot of assumptions in what I just saw in that play, and I don't know if that's a call from a teammate or...
Yeah, because they're already in bathroom. They didn't hear anything, but that's a bit... Maybe he thinks he's behind the play. I think, like, if you throw a flash and someone's close, their hearing is going to be lost. So I got that, but why would you keep running that far?
That's just not a part of the map you want to have your knife out when you go for that kind of a peek, and it gives a huge advantage over to Outsiders. Now they have long control as well, and there's no way you can clear every single angle. A good trade from Magus, but it's not even close to enough.
Wow.
12 to 10. I think we might be getting another interview from Apex later on today saying they played like absolute effing poop.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's the in-game leader and the one that gave that up in that situation. So.
That's weird. I mean, look, that looks silly from our POV, but I imagine there's something different that Apex is hearing or being told or being communicated to or visualizing on the map that made him feel that confident.
Well, down 2 now. We'll see if they can get anything going. No bomb plants on the back of that, so they're going to be limited in weapons. Force buy into his scout. You've got a Tech 9 Deagles times 3 to work with. Fame all the way back. Bit of a run boost at long to try and get James into a better position on the big green. In overtime, 18-16 to big, but now it boost from Aegis with the Deagle in hand. Spinks will be the one to put him up. They're trying to check barrels with this. No one to be spotted so far. Likewise, no one looking at the counter boost position. Speaking of boosts at long, James looking straight at the one that Apex gets at the flower pots. And you might as well put his body inside the soil.
Compost, baby.
Biodegradable bodies.
I'm just gonna back away. Oh, this is so weird for Vitality. Surely a time out in the next round as well to talk things over.
I think there was a game called The Outer Worlds where that was actually a thing. They used the bodies as fertilizer on a planet that had no otherwise saturation of moisture. So there you go.
You don't want to compost carnivores, Matt.
I'm down. I want to do all kinds of crazy things.
Brings pestilence and disease.
Well, right now, Spinks is going to try and bring some disease on that Deagle, but unfortunately, Kicker might have other plans.
Norbert might have other plans either. Yeah, Kicker might be the first one involved in the action. Norbert is ready and waiting. Nice final kill, 13 to 10. Once Outsiders got going in this second half, they have not looked back. Really well played. That's 5 rounds in a row and no more than 2 kills in any of those rounds for Vitality. They have not been able to find any access into the bomb sites. All right. Yeah, this is definitely timeout territory, and it's the 4th one for Vitality.
They've got the guns to work with it this time, but what's the play going to be? Seeing a lot more A from their attack than we did from outsiders.
Not working too well.
Yeah, maybe we're not actually. Let me correct. We're seeing a lot more A attempts. We're not actually seeing the site that often.
The success is not quite there.
Yeah, that part's lacking. Lots of talk from Kicker down at the end of the line.
Well, this is the last attempt. Last chance for Zonic to be involved in the conversation as well for the Vitality side, barring any timeouts from outsiders. Here we go. Vitality need to recover right now. T-side overpass. ZywOo 25 kills.
Oh, that's a self-body block smoke.
Yeah, there seems to be some just some miscues for Vitality. And this is not the time for him. Flashbang, I don't even think really worked all that well. Pre-fire doesn't work either. Spinks is going to find the opening kill.
Had to go aggressive on that because the smoke was nowhere near pluming out beyond the mouth of the tunnel.
Mentioned the A attacks weren't working all that well. Well, they're about to find some success towards the B bomb site. 2 kills, that one through smoke, and now the pressure is being brought.
Norbert sitting back on this. Apex gets the first entry. They haven't checked it. They will look at it. Oh, but they almost all line up. Norbert got 2 on that, nearly a third. The damage came in, but Magisk able to withstand it. Stays with 74. It leaves us with just Jame. And it's Jame time, baby. We haven't seen Jame time much this game.
No, they haven't really necessarily needed it all that much.
I mean, they technically don't need it right now, but there's no reason not to. In a 1-on-3, save up some cash, keep themselves in a strong position with 3 rounds to go before they would close out the map.
Yeah, but this is a really good recovery from Vitality. After five losses straight to call the timeout, get a round outside of it, that's at least got some life in them.
There's the flashbang dance with Jordan.
Yep.
Has a soundtrack. We've got Easy for ENCE.
Yep.
I think I'm going to write a rap that's called Jame Time, and that'll be the next sound pack in the game.
What kind of rap are you going to go for? You going to go for like R&B? You're going to go for like hip-hop? You're going to go for...
Well, that's rhythm and
rapping?
blues. Hip-hop would be a form of rap. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Whatever inspires me.
Okay.
I'll take my time with it.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, you like that?
That's good.
See what I did there?
You're already starting.
Yeah. Maybe I'll speak very slowly in the rap as well.
Sure, and then maybe, you know, the last line you can't complete it because the song ends before you get it finished.
It'll end at exactly 1 minute and 55 seconds.
Oh, we're stupid. 13-11.
Yeah, we are. That's fair.
13-11. Good to see Vitality having some fight back. They've almost ground down this economy. Kicker, Jame, and Flit have got plenty of cash built up to sustain things. The other 2 players a little bit more hurt, but you can see Vitality out of that timeout. They're like, all right, guys, A's not working. Let's go back to B. Let's get some aggression in through the short tunnel. Let's challenge towards Monster. Now they can go for an early boost and hopefully avoid the sound cue mistake that they made earlier.
So Norbert ready for position that they come through the sandbag position, but maybe not necessarily the boost. Nade out, Spinks still looking. They are ready for it. Flit made no mistake. He popped right out with his crosshair, perfectly positioned on that.
I wonder if they had some kind of indication that we didn't hear on the stream, because Flit was so ready for that kind of a peek. He was looking at it to begin with. But that re-peek back into it was absolutely perfect off the Molotov. So a set play for outsiders to eliminate anyone at that boost. And Vitality now in round 25 in a 4-on-5. Who's going to get a deep ankle? Oh, he wants that. He wants that. Give it to him one more time.
I'm still waiting and dancing around. The fuel tanks are empty in this truck, by the way, because they've been shot so many times. We haven't seen them explode like in Hollywood. Let's see. Apex's head explode, though, when Fame comes back out to find the shot. He's not done there. He sneaks, but can't get away from ZywOo, who punishes him immediately. It's going to take a lot from Dupree, but he's already being watched by Norbert. And ZywOo in a 1-on-4. I think this one's done. 23 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be a 14th round for the outsiders.
It's actually pretty important he keeps this off, but they're not going to let him. They're not. Ooh.
Kicker?
No, he's like, all right, let's wait for the clean kill.
They could. I thought he might even wait for 12 seconds more.
That's huge. Nah, just take it. At this point, with that much time, yeah, just take the kill. Get the AWP out of his hands. Vitality's got, you know, a good amount of money to rebuy into things, so it's not all lost just yet, but outsiders just 2 rounds away from taking overpass.
Fame's absolutely having one of the best games I've seen from him, possibly ever. I mean, he's a solid player, don't get me wrong, but he's just really on it right now. Winning a ton of duels. So he just swings the stairs with his UMP. The Oompa Loompa trying to find a kill. Nade's going to go deep in toward the stairs. Not much to report from that. I take it back. Dupree's gotten nailed. But one time I say a nade's not going to do damage, Jason, it does a bunch.
I like it. I enjoy that that still happens to you. I like the curse. All right, Outsiders. All right, Vitality. Who's going to convert this one? 5-on-4 for the T side. Jame is still pushed up in bathroom. Aggressive, but Dupree, if he can turn this corner, if he can fight. Oh, there's the barrel. Easy kill. Easiest of the game for Dupree. And I don't know if Outsiders even going to budge. This might be a round where they just park themselves at the B bomb site and say we win or lose right here. And it's going to be a loss. Norbert's left in a 1v4. That was a dangerous stack to go into with all the advantages. Oh, hold the phone. Almost. Nice sequence. But way too many bodies to deal with, and Vitality still fighting back.
Two rounds to go and 2 rounds in the lead. This is still possible for Vitality. Dupree, that one was easy. Thank you so much. You want to let that big barrel hang out in the bathroom, sweetheart? I'm going to take a look at it. Comes flying around the door, puts him down.
Timeout called by Outsiders. They want to have a chat. Money's going to start dwindling. James rebought into an AWP. So an opportunity here for Vitality to have a little bit of judo here. That strong economy of Outsiders might just fail them at the end. Give Vitality a huge advantage moving forward. If they can get a reset at this stage of the game, it's like deja vu to the first half. It's exactly what Outsiders did to them. The last 3 rounds of the first half, Vitality had a half buy, a complete full save, and one more like low buy with rifles. A very similar thing could happen to Outsiders here at the end of the half if Vitality can convert this round. Oh, actually, excuse me. Outsiders has made a really cool call with the economy. They played conservative.
Yeah, but look at Jame. He's not playing conservative. He's going aggressive with the only gun they have. Doesn't swing the bottom of the stairs because smoke down, but you're not wrong.
I like the economic decision from Outsiders a lot here. You've got the AWP and the M4 to actually have some chance at actually winning and converting this round, but you've bought pistols, so you still have plenty of money to work with, and I cannot believe Vitality has forced it through that smoke. I cannot believe they've forced it through that smoke, and they've lost everything for it.
I think you're right. They read the same as you. That why would they save on this? Jame goes aggressive with the op. I think he wants to show that, hey, we've got guns. Play us as you would. They rush through the smoke. The single AK cuts them off. This is huge. It's down to just ZywOo and Spinks, and it's map point potentially on the line right now for Outsiders, who rotate back over defensively as well to cover off the A site. Minute to play with ZywOo holds bomb, but that's about all they hold on to right now. The cards are all being held by Outsiders.
What a huge risk to take with, what, 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock when they pull the trigger on coming through that smoke? Oh my lord. That is exactly what Outsiders wanted. They're going to have 3 chances, unless there's some kind of miraculous recovery. It's Spinks and ZywOo. Good shot.
Starts it. Jame down. Low HP as well, but here comes Fame on the flank. He's going to take his time. That's information. Still, it's information Flick can play with, but at 13, it's going to be difficult. Fame's got the shot at range. ZywOo's now in a huge amount of trouble because they knew exactly where he was, and it is indeed 15 for Outsiders.
Oh my, I don't think Vitality on this T side haven't felt like they've been really all that confident in where they can find the fights that they're looking for. They haven't really seemed to have like any kind of assertiveness in turning corners and taking fights and entering into the bomb site. This is wild. What a crazy round to witness. Outsiders is going to call their 4th and final timeout just to make sure everyone's on the same page for these last 3 rounds, but what a benefit. I mentioned Vitality on the verge of taking economic control. That idea is gone. So much money is built up for Outsiders now due to picking up free AK-47s, free rifles off the body of Vitality. That's a huge swing, and look at what Vitality's going to have to play with. Deagle, Tech 9, an AK, and 2 Galils.
This just starts so well. Flit does so much damage, and then it's just like, oh, I just have to clean up with a pistol. Good shot from ZywOo, to be fair, but still.
It wasn't even like a clean access through the smoke. It felt like Apex got stalled right when he was about to come out. I don't know if he got hit by a flash, like a team flash or a team nade or something like that, or maybe just kind of tried to call it off. I don't even know, but oh no, this is the worst situation to be in from Vitality. Backs against the wall for 3 rounds. Morale has got to be low after a round like that, and ZywOo's going to try and open things up on Jame. Oh, they're both so lucky. They're both so lucky to get away with their life.
Jame's so low, though. No one pursuing. The Tech-9 could have easily run around the wall from Magisk, but he doesn't know what else waits, what else lingers behind, and smoke down Jame will back off with Fame covering him. And then he goes back to look at long. So Jame, Fame, double op setup. Jafam. Fame?
Work that into your rap, baby.
I will, man. You're not wrong.
Oh, he's got the deep angle. There's 4 players at this A bomb set at the moment. Kickert's alone at B. Outsiders have a complete read of the situation. Now they just need to hit the shots.
Didn't hit that one, though. That forces Fame down the lane at long because he has to hold off the angle. He can't get caught out at all. Flit swinging in. He's got the only rifle now in this defensive position. 43 seconds. No movement back across the map. They're committing. ZywOo's got the shot. James put him down in response. Flit still waits. They're waiting for the commitment, but it's awful slow. Spinks through smoke. Bomb down. Norbert cuts it off. Spinks gets one back, but they know he's going to come in from long. Good shot, Dupree. That puts pressure on it, but it doesn't matter. It's over. 16-12. Outsiders will go to 2-1, and Vitality are now facing elimination in the rest of their best of 3.